Hey, what's happening, everybody? So we're at Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada, and it is just beautiful. Check this out. We are out scouting locations for tomorrow, for filming, for exploring, and just going out on a little drive. Pulled in real late last night and didn't get to see anything until this morning when we woke up, and man, it is absolutely stunning out here. Look at this. So I wanted today just to film a quick little video about why I live in a van, because I've had a lot of people ask me that lately. Most of them are you should get a house and blah, 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 get a job and get a house. And it's like, well, I don't want to get a house and I don't want to get a job. I want to pay my own way and live my own life. You know, so I wanted to just make a little video talking about that. I've made a video in the past, you know, telling the story part of what led me to wanting to live in a van and travel full time. But I never really got into the reasons why, and that video is really old and nobody sees it anymore. I think it's probably got less than 1,000 views and nobody's looked at it since it came out. So the main reason why I live in a van is because I love to travel, and I feel most alive when I'm seeing something new like this. It just makes me feel, you know, alive and like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life. Wow, this road's getting rough. And the second reason is that I don't have to work as much, so that means that I have more time to, one, do the things I love to do, which is travel, and secondly, figure out my own ways to make money without having to get a job as an employee. I can figure out, you know, different ways of building passive income, different businesses on the internet, and just in general, I can learn more about investing. If I was to, you know, work 40 to 50 hours a week at some job, you know, I don't have any special skills. My special skill and talent is being able to find new things and figure out ways to improve things, and being able to research things and figuring out how to do my own thing. So if I just had some job making, you know, $10 to $15 an hour, I would be working all the time, and then I would come home to my house and be so tired. Let me let you look at this instead of my face. So I wouldn't have time to research all this stuff and figure out all these new ways to make money for myself. So being an entrepreneur, this just gives me so much more time to research and try new things and, you know, start new businesses and see how they work and experiment with different things. And not only that, but the consequences of if something doesn't work out, if I try some new way to make money and it doesn't work out, the consequences are much less because I don't need money to pay for rent. All I really need is food and gas and paying off credit card bills and stuff. From when I started this whole thing on just credit cards pretty much. So I'm still paying that off. But yeah, the consequences are so much less. God, I can't believe how beautiful it is out here. And that's another thing. I get to see new things every day. I get to stay in that mental state of newness. They talk about like the childlike state, you know, being in a state of wonder all the time, and like everything is new. So it keeps the creative juices really flowing, keeps my creativity going, and my passion for life, and my zest for life. And I'm just so much happier this way. It seems like after like a month, maybe 2 months of being in one place and kind of doing the same thing every day, I'm just not, I'm not nearly as happy, but I'm also not nearly as creative or, you know, passionate or anything. And I don't come up with the same ideas that I do when I'm in this state of newness and wonder like this. Because, I mean, if you're working 40 hours a week in America, we hardly get any paid vacation time. And unless you have a really good job, you're probably not going to get any paid vacation time. So this lifestyle has let me be able to do this. There goes a Ranger. What are some other things? What can you think of? What are the other reasons why we live in a van? Why do you live in a van?
You don't have rent to pay. So like if you have a house, you have a mortgage, you have to work a lot, but then you never even get to enjoy your house or your apartment because you're constantly working, you know?
Constantly working.
You're paying, you know, $1,000, $2,000 a month for something you don't even get to enjoy. Mm-hmm. But out here we pay for gas, and I mean, we live in the van, we enjoy living in the van, we enjoy the space, but we don't even spend the time inside. We spend time outside in this beauty, and it's like, this is our backyard right here. I mean, the whole world is our backyard, you know? If we don't like this scenery, we don't have to quit our job and find another job and move our entire house somewhere else, we can just, you know, hop behind the wheel and go and get a new backyard. Like
beehives.
You know, it's
They have beehives out here. You want to see the beehives?
yeah, it's the freedom.
Yeah.
It's the freedom. That's like the main thing why I live in a van, is having this freedom of up and go. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got another one. Neighbors. When we were out in Portland at my parents' house, this guy across the street flipped out. He was waving a gun at us and threatening us all the time, and he was stalking Evie and all this stuff. My parents are kind of screwed in that. I mean, they're in the middle of moving anyway, but if they weren't, they'd be kind of screwed in that situation, you know? Being stuck in a house, it'll take a while for them to get out of that situation. But us, we just packed up in the van and left, and that was it. So if you have a total dickhead neighbor or something, you just pick up and go. Don't have to worry about it. There are times, like, we just spent, what, 3 or 4 days or something in Las Vegas. It was awesome. It was so much fun. But it got overwhelming really, really fast. We didn't have to pay for crazy, like, I don't know how much hotels are. Hotels are actually probably cheap there, huh? Because they want you to stay there and spend all the money in the casino. Yeah, but anyway, we stayed there for a couple days as long as we wanted, and we just packed up and left and came out here. Let's get out. Look at this thing. I don't know if there's actual beehives out here or if it's just the rocks. I think it's just the rock structures. Oh no, there are actual beehives down there, huh? They have danger, keep out signs. That's cool, they're bringing back the bees. Yeah, look at this. This is so cool. What's another thing?
Well, it's not only why we live in the van, it's just kind of saying that this lifestyle is not for everybody though. It's like, it is amazing and it's fun, but it is a lot of work and it is hard and it can get challenging, and there's a lot of challenges involved with it. Like when we were in Vegas, we met this couple and they have their own channel down the path, and they started living on the road. They lived in an RV because, you know, they saw all these benefits, but they, after what, how many months they've been on the road? Like 3 or 4 months. They did realize that it's not really for them, and they missed home, so they're going back home.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. You have to be willing to be very uncomfortable to live this lifestyle, that's for sure. That's a good point, bringing up the cons, because everybody talks about how glamorous it is, but it's not always. It's not usually. You know, you have to deal with the temperatures, you have to deal with finding a good place to sleep, you have to deal with every once in a while getting woken up in the middle of the night. Watch out for these bushes, rattlesnakes. You have to deal with rattlesnakes, but I guess people that live out here do too. This is insane. Well, I left the van running and the door's unlocked, so let's go back up there.
This will be a perfect vacation for my photo shoot tomorrow.
Uh-huh. And I think the hardest thing is figuring out how to make enough money, because obviously the norm is for people to live in one place and make money at a job. That's the norm for most people. But for me, the internet is the new frontier. It has opened up the economy in new, incredible ways. You can now, anybody can open up a business, or 50 businesses if they want to. And it's just opened so many doors. So I'm super excited about the internet and opening businesses with that. She's doing the photography thing. She's already being very successful with that. There's lots and lots of ways to make money. I wish that there was an easy answer that I could give people when they ask how to make money when living on the road, but there's really not. Let's see what this says.
With living on the road and constantly traveling, at least for the photography thing, is, you know, I get to come here and scout amazing locations for my photo shoots. You know, I'm not stuck to just one area doing the same photo shoots all the time. I get to do photo shoots here, and then next time I'll do a photo shoot somewhere completely different.
Absolutely.
And I get, you know, to find clients all over the country, not just in one city and one area.
What else is hard about it? We got to trying to find a place to park, trying to make enough money.
Space, probably.
Space.
Especially if you're doing the van and not the RV thing.
Yeah.
You know, you only have certain amount of space, so you really have to be minimal with things you buy and things you have and things you get. And if you live in an RV, you have more space, but it limits you of places where you can go and places where you can park. So being in the van, you definitely have more spaces to park, but you have way less space. If you don't have a full system in the van, it's like showering and stuff, you know, you have to find a gym or a campground to shower, or find a place where you can take a shower outside. So it's like those basic things that nobody ever thinks about while living at the house, they become hard while you live in the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If for me though, I need adventure.
Yeah.
I need to feel like I'm exploring something new all the time, whether that's in my mind, like some new idea, or you know, whether it's physically out here. You know, I need both really.
Yeah.
I need to exploring new ideas, keep my brain exploring new things. I need to physically explore new things to feel fulfilled and happy.
Yeah.
So for me, the downsides are not even
Oh,
a big deal at all. I don't even
Yeah.
I don't even think about that. But I can see for other people who value,
Comfort.
you know, comfort more, and stability, a sense of nothing's ever really stable, but a sense of stability. You know, where
Yeah.
things are consistent and constant and staying the same. People who value those things are not going to be able to put up with, you know, the trying to find a place to sleep and that. And the very last thing before we go, because I don't want to make this video too long, but I love the sense of going against the grain and doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing, but doesn't hurt anybody, obviously. That feeling of being like a cowboy or like a pioneer or an explorer or something, going into uncharted territory and doing something that is not normal and not socially acceptable is really exciting for me, and I really love that feeling a lot.
Self-promotion.
Nice little shameless self-promotion there. Speaking of shameless self-promotion, I deleted my website. I think I've said that on a previous video. By the time this video is released, it should be up. I'm going to have a place where people can tell me about beautiful places like this they want us to check out and film. I'm going to have merch. I'm going to have some product reviews. I'm going to have some other information on there. Unfortunately, all of my old articles are gone. They're gone. They're completely deleted. They're gone. I'm sorry. I know I had a few on there that people love, like the fridge thing and the foam cabinet things. They're gone. I'm sorry about that. So I think that's it, guys. I don't really have much else I think I can say about that. For me, number one reason I live in a van is so I can adventure and so I can have time to learn how to build my dream life, because I think that everybody has an idea in their head of their dream life, and most people don't think it's obtainable, but I think if you work hard enough and long enough towards it, you can definitely obtain it. I'm well on my way, and she's well on her way, and I think most people can do it. Probably not everybody. Some people have physical, you know, problems or mental problems, or, you know, previous, they have kids or something where they can't, you know, live out their ideal dream. But you can adapt your dream and turn it into something else that's more obtainable.
You just have to you have to realize or think about what's more important to you: the adventure and the newest, or, you know, some stability and comfort, and kind of go from there if you want to do something like this.
Cool. Well, with that, thanks for watching, guys.